recently. Question is, can they topple one of the juggernauts of the league? They're facing off against the London Spitfire, and we touched on the strengths of this squad. The main tank gesture, you heard him in the comms, Jack, always having fun, getting ready with Burn Ring and the boys as they are ready for their Chinese opponents. That match is at 4 o'clock, but right now, here's a look at our analyst predictions for the day. Everybody going with the London Spitfire. It looks like Washington over Florida as well. Shanghai to blank Toronto. And everybody is going with the Seoul Dynasty over the Valiant. Guys, talk to me about this Guangzhou match. Josh, you said they're playing at a 7 out of 10. If they're 7 out of 10, where do you put London?
I think London are playing around an 8, maybe even a 9, but they've only played weak opponents.
Good match. Josh, you said they're match, guys. Enjoy all 4 of them. They begin in just a minute. That was the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm.
Welcome to another great week of the Overwatch League. That's right, guys. We are back. It's the second week of 2-2-2, the second week of all. It's kind of like 2-2-2-2, really, if you think about it.
Indeed.
Many twos today.
Exactly.
There you go. Well, exciting match coming up. First is going to be Guangzhou Charge taking on the London Spitfire. Before we get there, let's go over some changes here in stage number 4.
Or not.
Hope you're a fast reader, but we can tell you about it. Don't worry about it. Now the teams will be restricted to playing 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 support. There they are. It's called Roll Lock. We love it. We're moving forward here. And yeah, that's right. Should be really good. We got DPS players back in the lineup again, damage players rather, for the first time in a long time, really. And we also have some changes to assault maps as well. So now you get 3 minutes instead of 4. for taking point A, and if you're on the defending team and you die shortly after or are dead when point A is taken, you respawn a bit quicker. It gives the defending team a better chance on B to get a little bit of a solid defense going.
Yeah, we did have a patch too, which did increase McCree's firing rate. Hasn't had too much of a big effect yet, but what has had a big effect is the shortened defense matrix from D.Va, so we have been seeing less D.Va plays. Obviously, a lot of Roadhog already showing up, especially for the combination with Orisa.
Yeah, that's right. So let's take a look at our season standings, because you know what? Stage standings, not so important anymore. We don't have the stage playoffs at the end of this one. We've just got the play-ins for the overall playoffs, and that is what really matters. When you look at this one, checking out our two teams in this series, Spitfire kind of on the bubble in the playoffs for now, but they really need to keep winning to stay in it, and Charge starting to threaten a little bit there.
Yeah, they're in the play-in right now in 10th place, so Charge has really been shooting up the standings, Spitfire as well, trying to make sure that they have that guaranteed playoff seed. So this is going to be a very important match for both of these teams.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them have 5 matches left, and that's all they're going to get in order to prove their dominance and make sure they can at least enter that play-in tournament.
I think one of the things that I'm most excited about in this series is watching Nero versus
both of them
Prophet.
have 5 matches left, and that's all they're going to get in order to prove their dominance and make sure
they can flexibility that a lot of other DPS players lack, where they can kind of flex into the other damage player on their team's hero pool if they need to make those changes. But Nero especially, coming into this league and playing the way he has been insanely impressive.
Yeah, we saw in Watchpoint too, Prophet is leading in the big Hanzo statistical categories out of all Hanzo players in this league after popping off against the Toronto Defiant and the Dallas Fuel last week. So Prophet's been doing excellent work. We've even seen Prophet start to play some Widowmaker, which is really unusual as we take a look at their top hero usage right now. Lots of Mei for Nero. They've been playing around Happy's Widowmaker a lot of the time, and mostly the Hanzo, because London has been emphasizing a lot of the double sniper compositions with Batiste as well.
Well, I'm tired of talking about this stuff. I want to see some games. All right, ready to see some games, Monty?
I'm so ready.
All right, let's do it. Let's hear it for our first team in this series. It's the Guangzhou Charge. Pre-show is all well and good, but I want to get these players on stage. I want to get in the game. I want to start seeing what these guys can do.
Yeah, and I really like that we've seen Nero start to rise as a star for the Charge in terms of his versatility, his excellent mechanics, because we started this season hearing a lot about it, but he wasn't 18 yet, so we had to wait. Then we were in the 3-3 meta, and now he's really getting this chance to shine. And I've been talking to their coaches. They always said that they really liked his versatility as well as the communication he brings to the team. So it's fun to see these new players who are now starting to be eligible strut their stuff here in the Overwatch League.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that damage combo in Guangzhou. Nero and then Happy. You know, it's weird. This is a credit to how good I think Nero's been playing. When we can go the entire pre-match little segment there and not even mention Happy once, that's how good Nero has been since turning 18 and joining this team. But Happy is another player you really have to talk about on this team, because he is a crazy Widowmaker, probably the best in the league right now, I think.
He's definitely up there. Like, we can have conversations about Happy, DM being some of our best Widows, especially in those Widow versus Widow battles.
Definitely up there, yeah.
So Happy has been extraordinary. I mean, we knew this coming in about him as a player, and now he finally is able to show it off here in Stage 4.
That's right, their opponents, so another team that went 2-0 in week number 1 of Stage 4. Can they keep the win streak going today? Let's hear it for the London Spitfire. That funky music, that's right. I think I see Quatermain walking out onto stage. So a little bit of a swap at the support roles for map 1 at least.
Yeah, they have been playing Quatermain on control maps, but control maps have been really problematic for London. They lost both of them last week. And again, they didn't have the strongest competition, so that's what we need to see the biggest improvement on for London, is getting control more stabilized for them and showing a bit more coordination.
Yeah, that's right. But it was really fun watching London last week, because it almost looked like the London Spitfire that ended up winning the Overwatch League last year, right? We saw a lot of those gesture combos with Prophet, pairing the Hulks with the Dragon Strike, getting those big monster kills, or multi-kills rather, different FPS. But anyway, these guys have been looking back in form again, and it's eerie how similar this looks to last year.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Birdring you know, he's been an inconsistent player in the past. He's had some very high highs. We haven't seen, I think, the best play out of him so far this stage, but it's only a couple maps in. So we're going to see if he going to be improving his form as we take a look here at our flex supports, Shu and Bedosin. Bedosin playing a lot more Batiste so far this stage than we're used to seeing from him.
Right, and we talked about the damage matchup early on. This is another matchup to watch, the matchup between the flex supports. You mentioned Bedosin's flexibility, London playing a lot more Batiste than a lot of the other teams in the league. On the other side, you've got Shu as well, who's just monster Ana player, and we're going to look at their Ana stats right now. Shu is one of those guys who's been looking good all year long on an individual level, even if his team hasn't quite kept up in terms of actual match wins.
Yeah, I mean, he was an early contender for Rookie of the Year. He had petered off a little bit more as the season went on, especially during Guangzhou's, I think, massive losing streak in Stage 2.
Yeah.
But he's starting to re-enter that conversation once again now, and we're seeing how strong he can be in this meta. So, Ana play obviously been exceptional for Shu, and Bedosin, he's got the Ana, but he has been moving into, I think, the more effective compositions for London have been double sniper Batiste, and so it's the Batiste we're really looking for today.
And the most important stat of all, biotic grenade kills. 10. Yes, that is the Ana stat that Doa demands right there. I'm glad we got that on there. Let's take a look at our map set brought to you by Toyota. We're going to start things off on Lijiang Tower for control, then we're going to Hanamura for our assault map, find the Blizzard World for hybrid, and then Havana for escort. And if we're lucky enough, we'll get that 5th and final tiebreaker map. I hope we do.
Yeah, we'll be Busan in this case if we do go to map 5, but this is definitely, I think, one of the most hype series of this week.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because these are two teams on the rise that have looked a lot stronger in the 2-2-2 meta.
Well, a lot of questions too, because their opponents in week 1 were arguably fairly weak opponents on both sides. You could say Philly should be stronger, but they've just hit a little bit of a slump recently, it seems like. But either way, I feel like this is going to be the real first test for both of these teams here in Stage 4.
We're going to see London Spitfire coming out with Bird Ring on the Reaper. So we'll be May Reaper, and they're going to keep Fury on the Diva for the time being. Guangzhou, though, hop on the Zarya.
Yeah, Nero on the Doomfist. So they're going Ryan Zarya, something we've seen a lot less of in the first week of Stage 4 since the Rollock was instituted here. See Bird Ring can sneak around and get people on the Reaper. Rio with the first kill early on. Gesture down fast. Now they've got the Reinhardt a bit cornered. Can they take out Rio? And even if they can, it looks like. That said, Guangzhou charge, stays on the point. They get that Mei wall up and block Spitfire from coming in.
Yeah, but they're going to have the Orisa coming back just a little bit faster, so they get the control point, but it is going to be a brief... Nope, Reinhardt's going to get there just in the nick of time, but that's an important kill for Profit.
You know, Orisa may have 4 legs, but Reinhardt has a huge rocket on his back, so he's going to get places a little bit quicker, apparently. Nero with a nice kill onto Fury there, the D-Mech, and the D-Life as well. Nero going for another rocket punch. He's already got that Meteor Strike. Gonna come down? Perhaps? Just playing it safe, why not? A little bit low health. Going for the health pack instead of the big play. You're a little bit low again. And the Blizzard! Cancel! Profit! Died during the animation, so no ultimate there. Bedosin down as well. And it's looking really good for Guangzhou so far in this round here.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Not bad.
London is just not changing their composition, even though this nano-boosted Reinhardt was tearing them apart there.
Yeah. Chara down, so Charge may have gone a little bit too aggro there. He's on Lucio though, so he's going to be able to get back in a hurry, but London rushes in. They might be able to take advantage of the fact that Charge doesn't have a sound barrier right now. Blizzard, that one goes off. This one from Happy. And it's going to lock up Gesture for a little bit here. Maybe not. No, he's able to kind of power through it with that defensive cooldown on Orisa, but not able to power through the fist, though. Nero takes him down, and now Rio just waiting for a chance at that juicy shatter, and there it is. Gets 2. And that's going to be enough. Has to exit out of that one, but it's all about slowing London down now.
Yeah, they're trying to muscle their way back onto the point. Profit trying to use some of these walls to prevent follow-up on things like the Graviton Surge, but this mobility of the Doomfist helping out the Guangzhou charge quite a bit. Profit going to come back in now, see if he can isolate the Reinhardt.
He's had a tough time the entire round. See if he can do it now. They managed to take him out. Bedosin getting the killing blow there. Profit chilling out in the ice block. Pun sort of intended, not really. He's got another Blizzard though. That's one got canceled. They do manage to take the point too.
Yeah, they're gonna flip it. There's no need for Guangzhou really to commit to this. Look at this, they've almost got the Space Jam combo already.
All right, Blizzard coming in. London trying to decisively win this fight. Get a few more kills here, but Nero comes back. Meteor Strike on a Quartermain. They don't save it for the Zarya ultimate instead. little bit surprising there, but I mean, I don't know. Do you think he should have saved that one?
I think like that's a combo that can absolutely just go ahead and win you this point if you can execute it. So Nero using it at the tail end of a fight to pick up a support kill, maybe not be the best use. They also used the nano boost in that last one. Prophet just going to go ahead and right-click Shu into oblivion.
You know, sometimes you just find that Mei headshot with the right click. It does so much damage, and it can certainly do that. It can take out those lower health heroes pretty fast. One shot a Tracer even.
Ring staying here in the corner. Doesn't quite have the death blossom yet, but he's gonna go ahead and reposition. Makes better of it.
Time to flee. Tactical retreat. That's what it is. Guangzhou Charge coming in with a bit of an ult advantage. Bedosian actually trying to make use of that Mei wall to get more damage on the Coalescence. Gonna force out the sound barrier from Charge now, getting aggressive with the Blizzard here. Happy drops it. There's a shatter, and that's gonna knock down Prophet. Can they finish him? Bird ring though from the top ropes. He gets the 3K with the Death Blossom.
Into the Blizzard, the combo. London pulls it off. And now all of a sudden they might run it back from 0% here. Guangzhou sort of careless with their ultimates in the last couple of fights, and that's allowed London to get back into this one.
Yeah, you can't give London an inch. I mean, come on. This is London Spitfire. They won the league last year. They look so good in week number 1. Guangzhou getting a little bit lazy at the end of the round. We'll see if they can turn it around to the kill onto Prophet. That's a 6v5 they can use to try to flip this back. They do have 99% right now. If they can flip it, they can win the round, and that's Rio with 2 kills already. It's a good start. Gesture's down. It's looking okay for the Charge so far. They will flip it, and I think they might be able to turn it around here at the very end anyway.
They're going to try and touch right now. They have a Doomfist. So Prophet's going to get an opportunity to touch, but he's not going to get an elimination.
That's it. It was a close call for the Charge here on the first round of Leuge, but Control Center will be theirs after they can get Blast. The cleanup's done. Decent delay by Gesture, playing tetherball with himself there, but that's going to be Charge taking the round.
Yeah, Guangzhou, you know, by the time that last fight occurred, they had the nano boost on the Reinhardt. So Ryu able to wade into the point and finally able to flip it after London didn't have really any ultimates remaining. It was a tenuous position, but London probably shouldn't have been able to bring it to 99-99 in the first place.
It really was only that like Blizzard Death Blossom combo that kind of gave them a real shot at taking that round anyway, which was entertaining, but you know, you can't count on that every time, even if it is Prophet.
Yeah, we are going to see Night Market.
Oh yeah, I'd love some of that stuff.
Pachimari juice.
Ew. It's made with real Pachimari, so you know it's good. Yeah. Shudder. Ugh.
Would you juice a Pachimari?
I don't know. I don't know if I can talk about that on broadcast. Charge 1 round away from winning Lijiang Tower. Trying to get it done on Night Market.
It's going to be really hard for Happy. I mean, the sightlines go into the point, but they've got the Mei wall to block it off. And, well, they can just, of course,
you can
just halt people into it.
That's the thing. You can also use the damage that Widowmaker does, even if she doesn't get the kills, to get easy kills with other heroes as well. Happy gets one onto Gesture now. Charge, pulling people away. Ooh, that was so close to another halt into a headshot. Hot, but meanwhile, finished off Quarterman anyway. Nice pull. Goodbye, Mei. Wow. That is how you handle the ice caps. You drop them off the cliff.
Yeah, this is Guangzhou Charge using a pick composition here very effectively. So pulling the members of the London Spitfire into those sight lines, and they keep getting kills. Happy is just popping off.
Prophet literally died right as he respawned too.
That's brutal.
We're on Facing Worlds here or something. Happy thinks.
Happy just
headshots as soon as people spawn.
Has the Infrasight now, so he can go ahead and retreat, which will then slow up the London Spitfire advance. They try and get around. They're going to Mei wall themselves off so they don't get hit by the shots coming in.
Oh, Scumbag Mei wall comes in. London Spitfire gets split up. Gesture low health, got the shield up and got the healing just in time. Now Coalescence coming in from Bedosian. That's a lot of damage being loaded onto the Charge right now, and finally, Moira's gonna basically help everybody just get roasted.
They were all lined up there.
I know.
Or the Coalescence.
Like the dream Coalescence there. Every Moira main out there is like, oh man, I'm gonna be thinking about that for weeks.
Point does flip over down. They have a Blizzard, but so does Nero. So we are looking at pretty similar ultimates here. Chara opportunity to pump some damage into the point by using that amplification matrix as well.
Yep. All right, here we go. Amp Matrix gets dropped down by Chara. Now the Blizzard comes in. Prophet. Ice block to stay safe while he looks for more damage to be done. Got some freezes, but didn't get any kills. In fact, Birdring went down, and now Hotba with the whole hog striking back, and that did not work out at all for London. Now they have to try to hold the point with less people.
And
Maywall!
Nero still has the Blizzard as well.
Yep. Another split on London as Guangzhou comes in. Chara down. Fury caught up with the self-destruct somehow. That Blizzard, is that going to even hit anybody? I don't know. It's a zoning Blizzard. Don't worry about it. Happy over on the Hanzo now. Giving up on the Widowmaker. Wants a bit more of that front line damage with the Storm Arrows. He's the one who's going to get damaged. London Spitfire holds. I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, the self-destruct was, it bought them time for their respawns to come through. So Gesture able to come in. Then he's able to just go ahead and use the supercharger to provide the necessary damage to carve through Guangzhou's tank line.
Huh.
So London here back to a forward defense, trying to get in close range. Happy getting close to that Dragon Strike right now.
And Maywall used to try to give Charge a safe place to engage the point on. They're going to turn it around anyway. Go back in the front way. Birdring waiting with that Death Blossom. He's got it ready to go. Meanwhile, on the other side, Happy does have a Dragon Strike up and running. Here we go, Nano Boost coming in. Dragon Strike goes through as Rio walks forward, swinging away. Birdring repositions and goes right the back line. 2 kills with the Death Blossom. And this is what I love about the new Shadow Step that rebrands. You can reposition so fast. And that actually wins them the point. That was great. That is new Reaper at his best.
Well, they were caught between the Blizzard on the point and then the very quick maneuvering of Birdring behind them. So there was no good choice there for the Guangzhou Charge, and London manages to send us to point 3. It's been a bit sloppy, you have to say, for both of these teams so far.
You say a bit sloppy, I say a bit entertaining. That's what I say. But either way, we're going to the Garden now to finish all of this, and we're going to see some Pharah from Prophet and Nero. This is a point we usually see a lot of Pharah on, but we will also see which one of these teams is able to get the lead in this series.
They're actually going to go for the Wrecking Ball here, so London going to prioritize some mobility, and the combination of the ball and the Diva should be able to get onto the backlines, the supports of Guangzhou. So we're going to have to take a look for that, see exactly how successful they're going to be.
It's going to be a battle of Pharahs and then the Widowmakers who are trying to kill them.
All right, so Birdring, you see, he's going to be on the left side of your
Happy.
screen. He's coming in from behind, and Happy just going to get picked off by Gesture on the approach.
He tried to walk through that doorway and he got met by a Wrecking Ball coming the other direction. That is not who you want to see coming through the portal there. It's going to be, Guangzhou having to give that one up early. And then Spitfire with the early percentage.
Yeah, that was a pretty nasty stagger. So Hoppa and Rio walked onto the point thinking that Happy was going to be able to spawn and get a sight line, but it never really happened. And Fury went back over towards their spawn to harass the Widowmaker as well.
I really don't think they were expecting Gesture to be on the Wrecking Ball here.
I mean, Gesture's Wrecking Ball hasn't been great, so I don't know how much of a threat that Guangzhou thought was coming in on this point.
2 kills already.
From Gesture's Wrecking Ball. So now a different approach here. Guangzhou going to go ahead. 4 players. Be maneuvering around the side right now. They did switch over to Ball themselves.
Yep. Just move across things a little bit quicker and going Widowmaker hunting and Ana hunting here. Nero has him kind of locked down in this back room. That's a lot of damage. That's 2 kills for Nero already. And Charge easily in position to retake this point.
That was a really good setup. It was a long flank from the Charge where Rio on the ball went all the way around the opposite side by London spawn and came around to isolate them inside of that pagoda on the opposite side of the point.
Yeah. Which looks like a nice place to have picnics, but not right now, of course. And some swaps coming in from London Spitfire. Gesture going to go over to the Winston. Birdring on the Sombra.
Time composition from London. They really want to stop Shu right now.
Clearing the area.
It's going to be their...
Goodbye. Bedosian.
Well,
staying a little bit too close
right
to the
off
edge.
the edge.
Yeah.
But the trade is they don't have much to deal with Afara right now outside of an EMP that will drop her to the ground.
Outside of Bedosian hitting some pretty sick shots too, which Ana players can do that. You can 3-tap Afara right now, I believe, but
Yeah, they changed her back so you can.
That's the thing, is that you're also assuming that the Mercy's not going to get any healing, that you're not going to get killed by rockets, so it's not easy, but it's doable.
Nano boost right now onto the Winston. Nano boost now onto Nero.
That's right. Got the barrage, doesn't need it. Takes out Quartermain. Trying to look for a little bit more onto London now. 1v1 with Bedosian. Sleep Dart misses, and that's a rocket. That doesn't. Bedosian down, Nero with 2. Takes out both supports and now comes back to the point to try to chase London away again. And Guangzhou Charge is taking the lead here in percentage. Nero down, doesn't really get much with that barrage though. Rez comes in, and that one got denied, I believe. Didn't seem like it finished.
Yeah, Prophet's still going to be coming around to the flank right here. 5 members of London, but the percent still keeps rolling for Guangzhou. They haven't been able to flip it at all.
Well, that's the thing. They barely made any progress at all to even start flipping the point right now. And here comes the self-destruct. Oh, the hack! The hack Prophet couldn't blink away, and he just barely didn't get back behind the pillar. I guess Happy's the one who finished him off, but still, that EMP paying dividends for London, but they're still not able to flip it.
And Birdwing still doesn't have an EMP, Doa. Remember, this flipped at 0% for Guangzhou, and we're up at 97, and he hasn't been able to build EMP.
98, 99, and now Guangzhou Charge looking to win this map with one more team fight win on London Spitfire. Birdwing's EMP is going to be critical if he can get it and use it effectively. He's on the point right now. Prophet with an ultimate as well. There goes the EMP. Rio can't really walk around too much. Pulse Bomb saved. Stuck to the Diva instead. Great use of abilities there. Gesture down though. So the tank out of the way. They do flip it.
They do
London
flip it.
Stays alive.
But they haven't been able to deback this Diva the entire time, and the damage continues to come in.
Another counter EMP from Happy now.
Only hits Quartermain.
Yeah, that's right. Not the greatest we've seen. Charge trying maybe a little bit too desperately to flip it back.
Yeah, that's another time where, like we saw in that first point, that Guangzhou might have wanted that ultimate back, because there was plenty of time for them to just group up and try for another push with that EMP. Instead, they use it. Now they have one fewer tool in this next engagement.
It seems like in some of these moments, it's been a little bit too much of an emphasis. It's trying to be an individual hero than work as a team, you know?
Yeah, the longer they give London right now, the closer Birdwing is going to get to another EMP himself. So London looking like they're in really good position to take this point.
And Nero sneaking in there with the barrage. Ooh, has to reposition. Gets the healing he needs here. Now Minefield gets used by Rio on the point. Shu down. Good stuff for London. Oh, that was nearly a knockoff. Luckily, Winston has his jump pack available. Jesh is still alive, but Rio takes out Bedosian. Shu gets res, and now Charge right back in it, trying to turn it around, but Nero's down. Maybe the self-destruct. No kills out of that one.
Where's the EMP, Doa?
It's right here. Birdwing uses it. Gets 2, but it's the important ones, Hotpa and Shu. Hotpa gets demacked immediately here. Meanwhile, Pulse Bomb doing work for Prophet as well. And
shut it down, their coalescence.
They might take this map instead. Birdwing escaping, trying to get away here. Gesture on the point. It's such a back and forth battle here. Now Happy, the one close to the EMP, and he's going to use his. Hits 3 on London Spitfire, and they do nearly flip it back. It's so close already between these two teams, but now the Lucio's down on the Guangzhou Charge side. How do you try to get back into this one? Gesture got the Primal Rage now. He can use it. Nero and Shu both down. Goodbye. Hotpa as well, and I got a feeling it's going to be London coming out on top here, and it will be. Wow, it does not get any closer than that on Control, but London with the lead in this series.
Looked like Gesture accidentally killed Tracer at the end there, because he got booped back and then landed on her.
It happens, you know? It's the thing, it's unwieldy, right? Wow, great start to the series. I'm already out of breath. Coming back with map 2 right after this.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Oh yeah, can't wait for those grand finals. As you can see, the London Spitfire, one of our 2 teams in the match right now, won it all last year. You can get tickets at overwatchleague.com for this year. And one wonders, with the way London looked in week 1, is this team going to make the finals again?
It definitely seems possible at this point in time. So take a look at this. We're taking a look at Gesture here. This is just funny. He accidentally kills Nero on Prophet at the end of that round.
Gonna get a shot of that in a second.
Sometimes you just get lucky with your leaps, right? So here's Nero. Now watch, he's gonna get booped. He's gonna get booped here backwards. So he's gonna jump in. There's the boop. And he probably didn't think the monkey was coming right back at him. But
excuse me. You know, that's rough, right? Because of the lore, you know, Winston, Tracer really close, so that's rough to see from a lore perspective. But gotta love it, because the thing is, with that leap, the damage doesn't happen until you land. Right. Doesn't matter if you're repositioned in the air. That damage is still going to happen.
I mean, I understand Nero's like, oh, he's jumping. I'm probably safe to go behind him and attack the backline. But no, just got a face full of monkey butt.
Yep, that happens sometimes.
Does it?
That's one of.
Does it happen to you often?
Sure does. You know, one of life's great mysteries.
Why is there so much monkey butt in your life, Doa?
That's it. I can't answer that one. That is just a topic for another time. Another game.
Ask him on Twitter.
Ask me on Twitter. We're going to Hanamura. It's going to be our assault map. You're never going to let me live that one down.
Nope.
I wasn't paying attention to you. That was a problem.
I know.
Sometimes I was thinking about something else.
Sometimes I can slide those comments in there and then ask you questions, and then it turns out like that.
It's like, yep. You got me. I'll give you that one. See if London Spitfire will be able to get the 2-0 lead here on Assault. They are attacking first, going for the May Widowmaker again, it looks like.
Yeah, all right. Playing a lot of Moira.
Yeah, he has
here
been
today.
I mean, she's good against DPS. It's a safer pick, and Coalescence can be both damage and healing, so it does have that flexibility. Ooh, some swaps though. Birdring going for the Reaper now. They're gonna just try to break down the front door, it looks like.
Yeah, they want to play the point as well, so they need to push out the barrier here from the front. Prophet going to get grabbed, but Birdring, he's going on a solo mission to deal with Happy. Takes away the sight line.
Secret Agent Reaper going to the point before anybody else. Tempting Guangzhou to come at him. Oh, but the sleep dart. Yeah, really nicely done by Shu. He's going to just sleep in his icy tomb, it looks like. There we go. He's okay. Ice block now. Backing away is Nero, and now London well positioned on the point. That's a big bio grenade. Huge anti-heal, but the healing coming in now. And Prophet with the kill on Nero. That's a big one. Hook from Hotba. Oh, the sleep dart onto Fury, but they can't pop him out of his mech. Not just yet, but another anti-heal might do it. Fedosian with that super fast Coalescence, trying to keep his team up. Nice boot by Quartermain, actually, to knock a Rio off the edge, and that is going to be a quick point A. Wow.
Yeah, very fast point A. And Birdring is just teleporting around, harassing Happy. We saw at the start of that how he went up to the high ground, then he was putting pressure on him after he repositioned using the grappling hook, and he just tracked down Happy on the flank. So right now, London, they're just playing to shut down Happy. Also, as you noted, the Moira going to be effective for healing up a lot of that damage that isn't headshots. And with the Coalescence too, you can sort of shut down the long range aspect of Widow too if you can just get close enough for the tip of that Coalescence.
Hotba with a kill on the Prophet. Good start for Guangzhou, the defense anyway. They've got a lot of ultimates to use too, so now it's all about efficiency, and they're going to use that Amp Matrix to capitalize on the efficiency with the kill on the Gesture, D-Mech, and Fury. Everything looking pretty good. Ooh, nice fade there by Reaper.
Yeah, Guangzhou came out of that fight with a lot of ultimates. They're going to try and deal with this Diva right now, stagger as much as they can.
And this is one of the points in all of Overwatch that you can stagger Diva the longest on. It's
wall, free,
body block, haul off the edge, sleep dart, basket. You just put a basket on her as well. Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh, please hide your children.
Appa murdering people in their sleep.
What he's best known for, you know? There's different things people are known for in their player careers. Murdering people in their sleep. That's apparently Hotba's thing. We've learned. Be trying to line up another shot here. Oop, finds one. On a Birdring, a little bit of damage there, but he's going to get healed up. Venom Mine activated. Got the sights on the Lucio now. Got the sights on everybody now. And there's the wall, trying to block a few people up. They did manage to split a little bit of London, but not much. They're going to try the sound barrier, but now the anti-heal comes in. Blizzard gets used, doesn't matter. Nero down, Birdring got a kill there. And now onto the point, London goes with their own Blizzard, trying to just separate the members in charge. Happy is down already. Prophet looking for another one. It's going to be the nano boost onto the Orisa. Rio running for the health pack, though. It's a small health pack. It's not going to matter, man. You're dead anyway. London Spitfire steamrolling the second point. Shu did get the kill on the Quartermain, and there's no res, so maybe a chance to turn it around, but it's already going to be 2 ticks for London, getting closer and closer. And it's going to be a little bit of a delay from Happy. He's going to go down, and London takes point B in a hurry.
That was very loud, Reaper sound effects.
Die, you know?
Well, you know, if you can't beat London on the control map that they lost both of last week, they were so dominant on Assault, Escort, and Hybrid that it's going to be hard to stop them for the Charge at this point.
Yep, true enough. Quick break, and when we come back, Charge gets their chance to attack. Welcome back to Hanamura, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the Guangzhou Charge to go on the attack and see if they can make some progress on tying up the time bank of London Spitfire, but it is a pretty big one. 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and that's an especially impressive time bank because, again, like we mentioned, with the changes on assault maps, the defending team really does get the best chance to get a stop on that first push. So the momentum that attacking teams used to have on assault maps is really limited now.
Yeah, it has been dialed back a bit. It is also harder to snowball given the defender respawn timer changes as well.
Exactly.
So we're not going to see as many high points, 6-5, 7-6 assault maps as we used to.
We will see. Guangzhou Charge on the attack. A little bit of scouting. We'll see if they change anything up. Chara and Happy waiting back. And it looks like we'll be Rio swapping over to the Orisa.
What's interesting about London's game plan today is that they've been running a lot more of this Diva for Fury rather than running the Roadhog. And I think this is just a response to Happy. I think London believes that if they have the mobility to shut Happy down, then Guangzhou is going to lose this match. And we haven't seen Guangzhou really adapt to that yet. They're using the Reaper to track him down. Fury's also been really trying to get into the back lines to prevent Happy from really getting sight lines, creating picks. Happy popped off a little bit on control, but he has largely been absent here so far on this assault map.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. When the Reaper shows up right next to you and you're a Widowmaker, it's going to be tough to win that 1v1. Oh, nice shot.
Oh!
Wow, that Immortality field actually saved him there. Saved Fury for the moment anyway. He's still up. Nero gets a kill onto him anyway in the end. So now Charge able to push forward with a man advantage. They've got Birdring down as well. Mortality field impressive, but ultimately not going to get even back into her mech as well. Gesture down.
They're just popping off too.
Yeah,
he's a limit at range, and try and stagger this out a little bit. Quartermain still going to be
jump,
leaping excitedly on the point.
I know. Yeah, every once in a while you can mess people up with that, you know? You got to go for it. If you're trying to fight that as Batiste, of course you're going to use that the exo boots to get a little bit of height over your opponent, but there's only so much you can do with a 1v5, right?
Yeah, it's interesting too. You know, we talked about Bedosin playing a lot of Batiste, but it's actually Quartermain here, so they're running the Batiste and Ana combination, which is, again, part of the strategy they must have devised for this week of play.
It's so much healing. They're going to swap away from it now. Quartermain over to the Lucio.
Yeah, they're swapping away from it because they need the speed boost with their low-range composition.
Right.
Now that they have the Reaper instead.
Love that we're seeing more Reaper again. Such a cool hero. Or maybe he's like a cool as in he sort of tries too hard hero, but you know, he's still kind of cool. Birdring dropping down from on high. A lot of damage onto the tanks here. A lot of ult charge. And a ton of bullets being delivered. Gets out with the Wraith form. Happy down even though his ult was up. But he's going to be able to use that for the next approach. I mean, nice little tool there.
There's still a lot of dead members of London right now,
so.
Noah. There's still 4 members of the Charge on this point, and Shu is popping off.
Yeah, the respawns are coming in, but Charge had more people survive than initially thought. Point being captured right now. There's a nice delay by Prophet. That's going to give time for more respawns to come in. Gesture gets onto the point right now. Supercharger taken out by Birdring. Going back for another one. Forces the Transcendence out. That's going to do a lot of the damage reduction that they need to stay on the point right now. Charge trying to make this push work. Shu, of course, has to back away, but he can load out a lot of damage with that Zenyatta. Nearly 2 ticks taken by the Guangzhou Charge so far.
Yeah, London, they died. Too many of them died during that blizzard on the point, and now it's looking very desperate. I mean, as the Guangzhou Charge are probably going to end up with a better time bank.
They had that one chance with the Reaper, but the Transcendence from Shu really paved the way. That said, Rio does get 1 kill, and London manages to bring it back. What a crazy series this has been.
Yeah, stall heroes actually end up doing work. Now, what happened to even create this scenario where Guangzhou nearly capped the point was that Happy had an off angle. The rest of his team was trapped in that room with the Blizzard, but the Nano Boost allowed them, and the Immortality Field slowed down London's ability to kill the tanks during the Blizzard, and then Happy was able to get a crossfire and pick off some of the members. So Charge ended up in a 4 versus 3 situation at the start of that fight and nearly capitalized on it.
So now if we look at London, they've got the sound barrier in just a second. Birdring's got his Death Blossom up and running. Here with the Blizzard. Shu's closer to another Transcendence. I think the Transcendence is really key against the kind of stuff that London's going to be throwing at you, you know? Things like Death Blossom and all that. Trying to go in now. They separate the Orisa. Going to jump down onto Rio. They wall down as well. Birdring, who nearly dies, barely gets out in time. Gonna go back up on the high ground, see if he can drop down with an ultimate here. Having to fight it out with Hanzo now. Happy making that swap, and now the Supercharger down. Shu gets a kill into Gesture. London in a little bit of trouble already. There goes Prophet. He dies right as he throws out the Blizzard as well. And Charge once again coming out on top of this attack, and they only need 1 more tick to take this round. That was a nice try, Birdring. You can't hit them all, you know.
It was a desperation Death Blossom there, but the delay continues, Noah.
99%. London delaying as long as they can. Any second they can take off the time bank is worth it. Can they get any kills? No, not quite. Hotbo with the 2K self-destruct. And Quartermain not going to last too long on the Batiste. That is it. And Guangzhou Charge, they get it done, but credit to London. Long delay, so a lot longer delay than I think we thought they were going to get initially, but they were able to maintain the better time bank.
I mean, they committed too many resources to dealing with Happy's Hanzo at the end of that round, and the rest of Guangzhou cleaned up the point.
Quick break and then extra innings when we come back. Extra innings here in the land of
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon, I guess. No, that's a different game. I can't talk about it. 2 points for each team. Better time bank though for London, 3:25 in the clock for them, 1:49 for Guangzhou Charge. They will be on the attack first because of it. But a scouting time from Rio. Nope. I'm just going to swap over to the Orisa right away. What do you think about Shu on this Zenyatta?
Well, I think the Transcendence was working out really well for them last time. I think it's going to be better in situations where they are playing into the Reaper, but London only transitioned to that on their defense after point A was taken.
Yeah. I mean, Zenyatta's been a little bit under pressure in the meta lately. A lot more DPS jumping into the backlines than
Nice biotic grenade.
But as usual, good biotic grenades from both of these supports, honestly, throughout this series. London Spitfire holding the door for the moment anyway. Guangzhou Charge though building up those ultimates, trying to push through and just looking for one good pick. One good pick is all it's going to take. They do split Gesture off. Maywall comes down. A little bit in the favor of Gesture there, actually. Hero helping him out a little bit there. Rio gets frozen, but the Immortality Field there to keep him alive long enough for him to run into the room and get some health back. And there's the Matrix. Maywall getting burned through in a hurry here. They did lower the health on the pieces of the Maywall a while ago, so it is a little bit easier to shoot through that now. And Matrix on the other side, but meanwhile, time is running out for Guangzhou Charge. They are down to just over 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, but they're starting to make some level of progress. It really matters about the respawns right now, whether Rio gets staggered or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now Rio is
Zero
big
kills too.
trouble.
That is huge up there. Nero.
If they can at least get one tick, that's something here.
Yeah, Nero has Blizzard. He's hiding up top right now. They're trying to find him here. He's in this
They
room.
can find him. Ice block. He's just got to survive long enough for his team to get back. Hotba there to try to protect him. Maywall's coming in. 10 seconds now for Guangzhou Charge. It's going to be Prophet with the Blizzard. One-man Blizzard just to make sure Nero could not use his effectively. Chara with the kill on the Gesture though. Ooh, and there goes Chara. Guangzhou Charge on the point. Can they possibly scrap out this fight? Transcendence coming in just to get Shu to the point, keep people healed. Hotba got anti-healed, so none of that Transcendence healing actually
They gave
went
up a
through.
tick.
Had to take a breather, but they did get a tick. Like you said, that is big too when it comes to these time bank modes. They might even get two.
Nero.
They got a chance here.
Nero made the plays, Toa.
Yeah.
You gotta say it, like, him hiding in there after getting those
Did
two
it.
kills, he actually did it. And he's going to help his team get the point because the respawns are faster. So he gets a double kill onto Ana and onto Bird Ring on the Widowmaker, hides, and then the Blizzard that he uses sets up a kill. Chara races in there with the Lucio to finish off Gesture, and that pushes them over the finish line.
Wow. And now the momentum here onto point B. Whole hog being used by Hotba again. If they can at least just get one tick, that's big. Oh, the Fury catches him with the self-destruct. That's exactly what London needed as they push back in here. Rio trapped, isolated, taken out, and that is going to be a dead Zenyatta in a hurry. Prophet wasting no time in putting an icicle through the Chrome Dome, and Prophet putting a Blizzard on the point again just for good measure, and this should be where the push stops. But hey, credit to Charge. They made it work with not much time, and even getting a single point in this situation is pretty big. Now it's on London to try to win it.
Yeah, and it sets up, the possibility of a draw here for the Guangzhou Charge by taking that first point. With the time bank that London had, it seems like they'll probably be able to take point A, but taking the first tick on B is now harder. Remember, the snowball mechanic has been lessened with those respawn timers on the defense.
Right. Prophet on your screen right now. Been doing what he can, and he's had some pretty good plays.
As usual.
Oh yeah.
As usual.
I mean, it is Prophet we're talking about here.
I definitely in the conversation for best Overwatch player on planet Earth, so.
Yeah. But the thing is the pressure is on a little bit for London here. Not only do they need to take point A to at least get the draw, they need to take another tick on B to try to get the 2-0 in this series. To a lead, rather. Guangzhou Charge on the defense. They've got Happy on the Hanzo right now. Interesting. All right, going for the big combos. If you can get one big halt into Dragon Strike combo, that can kind of end the push right there.
I think also that it's a little bit different because he's more capable of defending himself at close range than Widowmaker, and they know that London's plan has been to try and get in Happy's face and shut him down. So it does seem like a little bit of a safer pick, even if you don't necessarily have such an immediate long-range threat when it comes to having that instant damage via hit scan.
Birdring waiting to teleport up onto the roof there, does just that, takes a big shot though, right as he does it. Has to get back onto the point, gets the healing, and he's on there already. Aggressive move from London. They get hit with an anti-heal, but Guangzhou Charge on the outside looking into this defense. Oh, except for Rio, who's the only one in there. And that is not what you want. Your main tank split off from the rest of your team, taken out. Great start from London on the attack here. It looks like this is actually going to be a really quick point A and could just pave the way for a quick London win on map 2.
Oh, this is not good for Guangzhou. Now they're going to have to switch up their composition as Hoppa moves over to the D.Va. They got very little ult charge out of that attack. Meanwhile, you look at Coalescence, going to be coming up pretty soon here. Self-destruct also. And London, you know, they use that speed boost to get over to the point. And when you're trying to retake into the Reaper and the Moira, it becomes incredibly difficult.
Birdring just powering his way through the May wall, now looking for a kill on the Prophet, perhaps. Over to the high ground on the other side. No death blossom yet. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on the Chari. Manages to exo boot leap his way over the wall.
Coalescence up now.
Alive. Yeah, that's the thing. Notion with the Coalescence going to be loading a lot of damage and healing into this fight right now. The Maywalls from Prophet have been so good, separating the right people from London at the right time. Oh, and Fury gets 2 though with the self-destruct.
Support.
Guangzhou Charge in big trouble, and London only needs a bit more of that one tick to take the point. And I think they're gonna get it. It's all about heroes trickling in now for Guangzhou Charge on the defense, and that's that. 2-0 lead going into the half for London.
That was some exceptional coordination from London, especially between Fury and Birdring. When that Shadow Step was used, Fury was there, and there's so much burst damage with the micro missiles on the D.Va and then the shotguns from the Reaper. So that's really good flanks.
I mean, such good coordination, like you mentioned, and again, Prophet looking like a superstar. Those May walls, I mean, it essentially, I think, was a big part of winning in both of those maps, splitting off Rio on point A and then doing a similar thing on point B, but it was really Fury's go-ahead self-destruct, picking up 2 that paved the way for London to take this map.
Oh, the placement is just perfect. Look at that, it just squeaks right around the corner. The halt to drag them in. Beautiful.
You don't want to be sitting on that. It's going to be halftime when we come back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network. Catch your league on America's network. State Farm. T-Mobile. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
Team up for special attack. I'm on fire. Cease your resistance.
Oh, let's break it. Tag! Let them up. Hail them up.
The Guangzhou Charge and London Spitfire both riding hot streaks coming into this one, but it's London that's been on fire in this game. They're currently up 2-0 over Guangzhou at the half. Welcome back, everybody. We're inside the Blizzard Arena. Awesome crowd and awesome people breaking down the games. We've got Bren, we've got Zoe. In our first game, one of the most ridiculous controls we have seen this stage, without a doubt. 92 final blows were scored, and most of them from the DPS.
What a bloodbath of a game, wasn't it?
It really was, but it was a big back and forth. And that's actually surprising considering that London does have a history of not being too good on control maps, specifically on that first control map. So it was great to see them going toe-to-toe against what we thought could potentially be the stronger team, at least in that first map.
Yes, ridiculously backwards and forwards between these two teams. And like you said, Zoe, as well, London, they've kind of got a history now for not being able to really close out a lot of these map ones, the opening map of control. But they just managed to clinch it in the end. And a lot of this comes down to the fact that I feel like they've definitely been working on a lot of their coordination when it comes to Prophet and Birdwing playing the Reaper and the Mei, which we're going to see a lot more of as well as we move into the map 2 highlights individually. But in general, I think London is always, especially in this stage, they win and lose the games based off the back of their DPS play. The tanks can only do so much.
I do want to compliment Gesture there, or rather pass on a compliment Josh gave him, as I think Monty also mentioned it up in the Craster booth. Gesture didn't look too hot on Hammond in the past, but he clearly has been working on it, and that did take the Guangzhou Charge by surprise. I don't think they actually expected him to come out on that Hammond, and that caused a lot of trouble and a lot of space, or created a lot of space for Birdring as well as Prophet to go in there when they played a little bit more divey.
One of the league's best main tanks, being awesome on main tanks. Good to see Gesture on top of his game. But so I want to ask, from that first map, who was the best DPS player in your eyes?
Oh man, this is a tough one because I feel like each individual had a lot of kind of shining moments and everyone kind of stood out. I was very impressed with Birdring on Reaper, which he carried on into the second map. Happy has been shut down quite a bit by London Spitfire, so we didn't see as much from him. However, Nero on that Mei once again caused a lot of issues for the London Spitfire, so they had to work around that.
Brent, we wanted to see a little bit more Reaper, and we got it in our second map. Hanamura, both teams pretty successful on the attack here. What's going on the defense?
Well, we had an inkling that this game was going to be close, honestly. But when we were predicting this match, a lot of us were thinking, you know, there's a chance here that the Charge are going to be taking it. And they've shown us that in spades, it feels like. However, London have just been getting the edge when it comes to, again, it's carrying on what they've been doing well in map 1, which is a lot of the DPS play between them. However, got to give credits to Nero here on your screens. This guy has been phenomenal, but it has been the Birdring show overall on his Reaper. I mean, he's been pulling this out. In the pre-show today, our watch point show, I kind of pointed out the fact that I expected to see more of Birdring on the Widowmaker, more or less. But this has really been working for the London Spitfire. I feel like they found a sort of a style that's working for them and really plays into a lot of their teamwork aspect. You know, these guys, they play together for such a long time now.
Also, lots of credits to the London Spitfire. They did identify Happy as one of the main issues on the other side, and they have been shutting him down effectively on that map too, which made him look kind of quote-unquote useless, for a lack of a better word. However, it did give Nero a lot of space and the rest of the team to then still clutch it out and make it a close one.
If you're trying to be critical, you saw one moment where too many London players went to shut down Happy and they gave up the point. But Bren, we were watching the maze throughout this first half, and one of the stars has definitely been Prophet.
Yes, it has. And I've got an insights powered by Intel that really breaks down what Prophet is doing differently to Nero individually in terms of his Ice Wall usage. So you'll see here, this is right at the start of the game. And Prophet is the guy I really want to focus on with his Ice Walls. Birdring as well, he's going to be the vulnerable target. And Prophet's going to use his Ice Wall in a really smart way to try and save him. So as we play this clip out, you'll see actually Nero's going to be taking a long flank here up into the left side, working his way onto the point, and set up an aggressive Ice Wall to try and bring down Birdring, to try and block him off from the rest of the team and try and take the 1v1. As this happens, you'll see Birdring, he's going to be vulnerable. He gets slept up from the side here from Shu. Prophet immediately notices, turns around, and reacts instantly with a defensive Ice Wall onto Nero, completely blocking him off from getting any damage off onto Birdring. And this is one of the instances that you see. Nero, he can't do anything here. He's forced to take this like weird battle where they're just spraying each other with ice from the side here, but he completely locks him out of the team fight. And this is just one of the instances where Prophet's using that Ice Wall really, really well. The second instance comes here. Again, point A, I want you to pay attention up here to Hopper on the Roadhog. He's been blocked off into this little sort of corridor here, and he thinks he's going to be able to come back into the fight, but Prophet is there waiting. And what he's going to do, again, lay down the Ice Wall straight across and block off Hopper. Now, You could go for a freeze, you could try and kill Hopper here, but instead he used the Ice Wall because the Ice Wall is just as good as a kill. Hopper is now out of the fight for several seconds and he's doing nothing. He's getting no value whatsoever, whilst the rest of the London Spitfire are able to clean up the team fight around them. That was just 2 instances right at the start of the game of Prophet using those Ice Walls really effectively, but he had so many throughout the entire match. And if you use the replay view at home as well, watch Prophet's POV and take a look because he is so smart when using that one ability.
Blocked off the hog, killed the healer up top. I love it so far. Prophet and Nero have looked so good on the May. The final question I have for you guys is, looking at the numbers for the first time, this is fresh for both of you, who is the better May in the game right now? Is it Nero from the Charge, or are you going with Prophet from the London Spitfire?
I'm going to stick with Prophet, just because the statistics are not going to show the value he's getting with the Ice Wall. There's no numbers that are going to show that. But statistically, Nero is getting an edge in a lot of these categories. I mean, they're very closely matched, but he's just kind of edging out the numbers just on the side here. And this makes sense to me. I mean, Nero mechanically, he's very skilled on a variety of roles. He's almost like the Western version of Prophet himself in terms of what he can play.
I also think with the May, it's always a matter of who can get more space for the team. It's not necessarily you putting up those big numbers, it's you enabling the rest of your team with Blizzard efficiency, with your frozen uptime. And as we see here, Nero does have a little bit of an edge there. We don't see the Blizzard efficiency, but he's currently ranked 1 in the league in those metrics. So I do think you can make an argument for both of those players.
All right, it's all about the Reaper and the May in Stage 4, Week 2. We'll come back with more Frozen Hoses on the other side of the break. It's a May joke. Man.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Let them out.
Welcome back, guys, to easily one of the most action-packed matchups we've had so far in the Overwatch League this year. It has been insane. So many kills, so much chaos, so much damage dealing being done. It's been great. It's been a good time.
It's been fun to see London's game plan coming into this match as well, because it's been very specific, and so far the Charge haven't had a lot of answers to Happy being harassed, being shut down. You know, occasionally we're seeing Nero step up, pop off, and at least get them that point that we saw on point A in a very dangerous situation, but it's just not enough right now to power the Charge to actual map wins, and they're going to have to run it back, try and get that reverse sweep at this point.
Well, the thing is, a big part of it has been Prophet on the Mei. Like, his Mei walls have been so good. His right clicks have been fantastic. The Blizzards have looked very, very solid as well. And it's part of that strategy, right? Deny a lot of the shot-taking ability that Happy has by putting up that wall. And, of course, you can see #1 for career eliminations, #2, career final blows, damage in Overwatch League history. This guy is the preeminent damage dealer in Overwatch League.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about DPS players, and Prophet's name is certainly at the top, and he is carving out quite the career for himself. If we look at historically what he's been able to do, that's being #1 in the damage category, the #2 in the others is very impressive.
So unassuming too, you know. He doesn't look like the type of player that'll just take your face off in 0.05 seconds flat as soon as the match begins, but he'll do that.
He will.
Over and over again.
Just one unassuming Korean man with a bowl cut,
That's right.
clicking people's heads.
That's right. You thought it was just another face in a crowd? No. That is the best damage dealer in the league, statistically.
His bangs are so perfectly straight.
That's right. I remember when I had bangs 20 plus years ago. Pretty much like it was age 5, and that was the end of bangs for me, I think.
Time to bring it back, Doe.
That's right. I'll work on that. I'll see what I can do. I'll get back to you on that one.
Tweet to Doe about bangs and how he needs them.
Doa bowl cut? I don't know. I already had one of those. I already did it in the 90s. The results were not good. You don't need to see it. Just trust me, right? Just trust me on that one. There's a picture out there. I know that. There is one out there on the internet. We're going to Blizzard World. Hooray! It's our hybrid map. That's right. Capture the objective, then move the payload. And don't shoot the probes, please. All they're trying to do is mine minerals.
Everyone always tries to shoot the probes.
I know, but you shouldn't do that.
Storm drop on the probes.
Bespin gas, yeah, that's right. Yep. Or, Cloak Banshee. That was always my favorite way to kill probes. Dirty Protoss players and their cheesy timing attacks. Don't get me started.
I like lurker drops.
Yeah.
Get them all at once. All right, so Prophet going to go ahead and...
Whoa, that works!
That, you do not expect that was amazing. You do not expect the teleporter Widowmaker surprise to click the head of your support. And it's even better because it's a Zenyatta. That Omnic is not
be known for hair more than
Yes,
anything.
exactly.
I feel like there's a bit of irony there. We're going to our 4th map. It's going to be Havana. That's right, escort time. Just pushing the payload. And our 4th and final map of the series, some sullen faces on the Guangzhou Charge side of things. They had such a good week 1, but again, you know, you look at the strength of their opponents, not that high. Now they're running into London Spitfire, who are really starting to look like perhaps the best team in, you know, with a very small sample size, of course. But right now, maybe the best team in Stage 4.
Yeah, I think definitely they look strong, and they are playing better opponent today than they were last week. Still need to see them go up against some of the real heavyweights of this league, but London, they peaked at the right time last year, came in as the 5th seed in our season playoffs, ended up lifting the trophy, and once again, they're in that 6th position to start today. And
yes.
are they going to make the run back and peak at the right time again in our playoffs this year?
Be a crazy story if they were able to do it 2 years in a row.
They're just a team that can, because of the insane individual talent of this roster, you can never count them out. Like, their teamwork isn't always the greatest, but in this meta, they're very good at the coordination between, especially around the Orisa, and Jester probably being the best Orisa player we've ever seen in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Certainly helpful.
Now, Krillin only played in 4-0s so far this season, but hey, that means that they won all the games they put him in. So how about that?
You see right there, Krillin is undefeated,
Yeah.
which is very different than the Dragon Ball character.
The actual, I know, there's really nothing you can really compare Dragon Ball Krillin to Overwatch.
I mean,
Krillin, is there?
Everyone else is Yamcha.
Oh, happy. Making Gesture look like Yamcha for a second there. Taking him out. Guangzhou Charge with a good early defense. Taking out the main tank always feels good. You know, I thought he had scatter arrow again for a second. Nope.
The question is,
Sonic.
how are they going to get Jester to the rest of the team? Because London are all up on the high ground right now, and Guangzhou should be able to cut Jester and his very slow pony off.
They'll offer them some delicious Don Rumbatico soft drink. Healthy, vitamin-filled, you know, good for everybody drink of choice. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going to happen. My producers are telling me that's a nice save. I agree. Birdring with a kill on a Nero. So London finally starting to push things forward here.
Here we go. Death is coming to the back line right now. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sleep comes.
Oh, yeah, but only for a short time. Birdring not getting a lot of rest there. Shu taking a rest back and spawn.